A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Welcome one and all, this is Blaezer RTW. Hope you are good. I am good. It's Sunday morning. I'm a little bit hungover. It was the England game yesterday, and then obviously stayed up to watch the Russia game. And then play a bit of RTW after. It wasn't a great night for me. I think even night, 1-2, lost 2. But yeah, there we go. Right, so it's 3v3 31k. Let's have a look at the enemy. I didn't catch him just in time for him to be still stopped, so yeah, unlucky. On their right, the enemy that is the Julii Secret. He's got 6 cav, 14 urban, so the standard build, although standard's a bit of a, doesn't do it justice, that build. It's a very, very good build, I find. Next in the middle is Ariete. He's gone the Brutii. He looks like he's got 4 Archer Auxilia, 6 Cav, and then I'm guessing 10 Urbans. And then on their left flank is Attrition. He's got a Legionary because they've got the 120 man unit as his first Peeler Shield, then 2 Urbans, 9 normal Urbans. After my own heart, the block of 9 3x3. And then he's got, 3 Urbans along with, is that just 5 cav? Yeah, he's got just 5 cav, okay. Right then, and then on our team, on our right flank is JGP of the Brotherhood clan. He's got 6 Urbans. I think he's got a couple of Archer Auxilia mixed amongst his Peeler Shield, and then he's going to have 12 Urbans. In the centre is Eric. He's Egypt. He's got 7 Ferries Archers, 5 heavy chariots, 1 chariot missile, and then I think he's got 7 Pharaoh's guard. So he's obviously gone very chariot and archer heavy. It's almost a CWB build, and then he's put them in after as a sort of just a filler, really. So it'd be interesting to see how he does with that. Obviously, Egypt gets the desert bonus, I think. But yeah, possibly could have done with a bit more infantry. Let's have a look at me on the left. You can tell when this is actually played in regards to where my gameplay is, because I've still got these flanking units on the right. So this is actually the one straight after, was it the one Esrax watched, which I put out a while ago, sort of. I didn't mean to. But anyway, yeah, so have I gone 14-6? It looks that way. Oh no, I've only gone 1 cav, so I've gone 15-5, which is just a variation of it, probably just to give us a bit more infantry. And I'm hoping the chariots are going to do their thing. Yeah, for first impressions, they've got better infantry than us. I mean, my cav cancels out the Scipii cav because we've got the same. JGP's is going to cancel out the Brutii. So, yeah, I mean, they've got 6 Praetorians to the 5 chariots. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Looking at the way it is now, I would have thought that Attrition is going to look to tie down the SBQR. And then these two probably know that, I'm not probably the greatest player on the battlefield. And Egypt hasn't got any infantry. So they're going to probably look to come up and Russia, so they'll probably look to take me out first, actually, because they'll fancy themselves to wipe out Egypt pretty easily, and then JGP. But we shall see. Let's let's crack on. Right. Okay. So I'm just looking. The chariot archers are running off to the right. That's standard. JGP looks like he doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's spreading his archers out, but really he wants to come and bring his infantry over beside the Egyptians, because we don't really want to leave them isolated because they'll get totally destroyed. The chariots need in this sort of situation, I think the chariots need one of me or Rome to tie down some infantry, and then you just sort of bang in all the chariots and all your cav all at once and just hope for a sort of mass rout. Because once they sort of take that first hit, if they don't rout, you know, urbans are actually not too bad against chariots with regards to, you know, they'll sort of stick around a little bit. So you can see he really tried, he was going to hit me full on from this when I was running from the side then, but I've pulled my cav up there. They've nearly got caught. I've just lined up. You see my peeler shield's just lined up in line, so that's quite good. That's given us my little defensive line. My cav's brought back. He actually followed me through. I think he got one unit caught. This is all kicked off a bit too quick for this time in the morning, so let's just have a quick gander of what's going on just so we can keep an eye on it. I'll be trusting you guys will try to keep an eye on it in the background as well. So JGP looks like he's going on a full retreat, and attrition's going to chase him down, which is the right thing to do. Hopefully get him before he gets set up. You know, if they're disorganised, that's my favourite time to hit. You can see the Egyptian general has brought three of his chariots. They're going to come through, and I would imagine they're going to take out that urban, probably go for that urban, and then probably go for all the cav, which I'm assuming he was hoping was all going to be it. It looks like I threw my cav in because I thought they were going to come in, so I was going to surround them, but I probably just started pulling them out now. And you can see Egypt has got two of his chariots. They're going to come through and try and target this Julii cav, I would have thought. The Julii has just got his infantry up, but I've actually just managed to pull mine in line and it's formed up now. Yeah, Egypt, we want to be careful with Egypt because he's not, you know, his infantry versus the green infantry, there's no competition really, and there's not too bad on my side. My blocking urban's here, so there's not too much of a gap, but over here there's a big gap, and if the Brutii can get a couple of units and jam himself between JGP and Egypt, then we're in a world of hurt. Okay, so obviously the things to keep an eye on as we go is going to be attrition doing this flanking and see if JGP can get back, seeing what damage these chariots actually do, because the whole point of having Egypt is to give yourself the cav advantage. To me, I can see this one being quite a good idea 30 seconds ago, but he's got a blocker in there. They're actually, although they won't do a lot, they will still stick for a little bit, which means he's not going to get a clean run at the cav, which means he's going to be able to pull it back. Then there's going to be loads of urbans in there and they're not engaged, so they're not going to be that effective. So you might need to be a little bit careful in that. You might even be better off sort of coming through and doing a double bluff and coming round the back. By that time Mars will be engaged and hit him from the back. He's got two chariots over here to help me with the Julii cav, that's good. I'm hopefully going to bring mine back. Right, so you can see those Egyptian chariots going through the centre. He's pulled his green cav the other side of his urbans. I've pulled my cav back out. The Egyptians here on the left are going after these Praetorian cavalry. I need to come over and give them a hand. Or at least I should be throwing some urbans across as well. Like this blocker unit, he should be going in there. Probably this one behind, or they should be on auto peeler and just hitting anything that's there. JGP's actually retreating right back. He's come up and propped his cav up behind the Egyptian general there. He's sorry, the Scipii is still doing his full flanking action. I've come over to give those two Egyptian chariots a hand on the left. I'm actually going to peel off two units, bring them around the side. That should instantly rout them. You can see that JGP has come in for a big hit from behind. That's not too bad. I would have liked to come in from a bit more of a shallower angle in front of my blocker unit. What that's done though is that's lost his cover for his own units. He's blocked up quite nicely against the Egyptian infantry now, but as we can see, just want to pause that a second because I'm just losing track of it. So right, if we start at this end again, so you can see there's the chariot archers there. They're not going to be doing a lot. Couple of urbans, those were the three that were with the cav. He's bringing these lot right round. JGP's got to be a little bit careful. I know what he's trying to do, because sometimes if you've got the time, a little cheeky dig, you know, where we've both got his cav sort of over this side, a cheeky little dig can often just pull the balance over, and then you pull out, come back to your end, and you've not lost any horses, but it's just caused absolute mayhem in the opponents. I've done a few of them. I think if you remember you won't remember it obviously, but there's a 2v2 where I played with Salty against Lee and Ace, and there's a big cav fight on the left right at the beginning of the battle, and I literally just send 2 units over, one quick hit. That makes it 8 versus 6, which routes off his cav. Then I just pull my cav back and leave, obviously, Salty to then clear up the left flank because mate he's got no cav, and I've still got all of my cav, and I was able to keep Lee at bay. So it is worth looking for things like that. But sometimes, if you time it wrong, like what's happened here is that he's charged in. It's got a half decent hit, you would call that. I don't particularly like coming in from the back unless it's a counter charge. But now he's literally about to get countercharged from all this Brutii cav, which means he's going to get held in there for a little bit, or he's going to have to retreat back out this way a little bit, which he is doing. And if I was a betting man, I would say he might be able to pull him out to the middle, but they look like they're just about to rush that SPQR. And if he can line up, if he can get this cav line, if he's aiming for that right now, like to line up across this chariot and these couple of archers and face them as he hits, that's going to be a mass rout because he's not going to be able to get in time. I mean, he'll get a counter charge in, but there'll be too much damage done. In the centre, I don't see the chariots anymore, so I think what the prophecy foretold has happened. Yeah, there's some of them there. He didn't really clear out the Brutii cav because obviously they're just about to smash JGP. That's a good supporting act by the Brutii there. He's done well to keep, because otherwise a lot of that red infantry would have routed off without the green there to back him up. You can see we've just cleared up this left flank of the Julii cav. There's a couple of urbans. I've got a couple of urbans there as well, so I want to bring my cav all the way round. I mean, now looking at it, I'd probably line them up here at the bottom of the screen where this cav's routing off, aiming towards the Egyptians. Maybe even probably here, just to the right of them, just to line up the angle along the line and slightly from behind, and then I'd probably aim for this Julii right at the top here, these two, and just hope that it goes all the way through them. With full 6 cav it would do, but if you're missing, I've only got 5 and I'm probably missing a few. So yeah, so let's crack on. It's going to be quite annoying because I think my cav strike's going to hit the same time as this one over here. I don't like doing it from the other side, if you know what I mean. It's not natural to me to not be behind my own lines when I'm doing it. If I do it like that, we should be able to keep an eye on it a little bit. Okay, so you can see JGP has bought his, he's bringing his cav out. This looks like a bit more, you can see my cav just in the back left there. So just keep an eye on that. I'll try and keep it in the screen. He's not actually rushed his infantry in. All that infantry needed to be contacting JGPs then, and then he could have ran that in as they are, and that he would have hit before this guy had a chance. Okay, right, I'm just going to pause it there just because they are literally happening at the same time. So you can see there's a bit of dust in the back where he's going to move his archers around. I would have thought he's going to bring them right the way around here behind the Julii cav to come back and start flaming arrow, which is a good move. That's what I like to do. You can see, let's see what angle did I come in at. Yeah, I came in from probably just about the right angle, but I think I didn't clear those 2 units of urbans that he'd sent out. Yeah, look, that's a great blocking job, that is. That's probably saved his army, those 2 units there, because without them, I had a 3 raid with 5 cav going straight at the centre, so he's done really well there. Totally done me in. I probably would have been better off in hindsight actually coming, taking out these 2 bits of cav, maybe kept 1 or 2 to take out all these archers, and then hit in from a more opportune side from round this side, probably straight to the back of the general, or come round while there's Brutii cavs in there and hit it on the way out. It's all easy in reflection now. Obviously I'm not microing my infantry that well there. They're holding up. I've got this line, but really I probably want to bring this one over and just patch this hole up here next to the Egyptians, because they're those. If 2 of those urbans get through that gap, the Egyptians is done in. The Julii is actually really nicely blobbed there. He is asking to be hit, isn't he, if you see what I mean. So yeah, you can see I've not got a clean strike in there. I'll try and keep it, but most of the action is going to be down here. Yeah, you can see JGP is just, he's probably going to catch one of the one of the cav. He might have been better off, instead of you know, like lining them up to pull them out and then aiming at one of this cav. He might have been better off at aiming at like this first peeler unit, and then they would have run across this gap and he would have intersected them and hit them all from the side. That would have been a lovely strike. And attrition, yeah, I know JGP's pulled back, but before he had the chance to, he should have just rushed everything in there if he was going to hit, because his infantry should be touching by now. And that would have mass routed him, but he'll probably might get away with it anyway, just because there's a lot of green on the other side, and that's about to clear up that. So let's have a quick look what goes on. So we can see that the Skippy Eye is just about to hit. He's hit before his infantry have. Sorry about that, my one's gone in there. It's routed those first two blockers, but it's not actually hit the main blob. JGP sent his in after. I think that's a bit of a tit for tat with regards to the units that are lost, but now the whole army is being pushed over and through JGPs. That's going to cause an issue. He's retreating his cav out. Looks like I would have come back to like here and hit the Skippy Eye from the back as they're engaged. I've pulled my cav out to the back again. You can see the green come over to try and give me a dig, which he looked like he took a couple of units out. So yeah, I'll give that charge a 5 out of 10 on my part. I didn't really do a lot. I should have routed off at least half that Julie army. You can see they've both brought them out to the same area, which is quite funny. JGP obviously needs to clean out this cav pretty quick, whether he will or not. That looks like there's a lot of the JGPs is routing off. I've come in for a nothing hit there. I've come in from the back. It's not going to do anything. To be honest with you, the best thing I probably could have done with depleted cav is take out these 5 archers here and then start moving my urbans around. Yeah, let's have a look at this cav fight. So there's a lot of Skippy that are chasing it off. JGP has finally won that cav battle. He's tussling with a Praetorian cohort though, so he doesn't really want to be doing that. He should be coming around and trying to probably come from the back here and hit that Scipio general directly from the back just while they're still engaged. I've bought my cav this way. I'm not going for the Julia anymore. I don't know why. I've still got enough cav to do some damage. I can see what I'm trying to do. Probably the wrong option now. I'm trying to free up this one urban for JGP so that he can cover his own ass or cover my own ass. It's not going to happen though. I'll probably try and hit the Julia from the back, but I've got no charge bonus coming in now. I'm not even going to route the first unit. So yeah, pretty not great play by me. JGP still got his cav. He's going to try and clear out this Julia. There's my cavalry. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm obviously going to try and hit him from the back again, but I'd be better off going for these archers with that few cav because I'm not going to do anything there. Yeah, and he sent a blocking force out. So again, 2 times that blocking force has been key already. Right, let's have a quick look around because I think we can see what way the battle has gone. So yeah, we've got the Brutii doing his flaming arrows. I like doing that. I specifically bring my archers for that rather than actually any skirmishing. You'll often see my archers sat right out the back because I just use them literally for the end game. I think me and Julia had a pretty good tussle really. We had a couple of digs come in from JGP and Brutii. But I think the Brutii probably, obviously JGP then got held back with the Skippy Eye, so it left me a little bit vulnerable, and that one cav charge I had a good chance then to clear out pretty much all that Julia infantry because they're all blocked and I had all my infantry on them, but I didn't do it. I didn't come around a lot for the angle and he sent 2 blockers out, so yeah, no, that's lesson learned. I think that's it. Egypt, yeah, I mean, for my money, he used his chariots too early. I know we didn't form up and there was an opportunity, but he might have been better off because JGP did eventually get to him and I was next to his infantry as well. We might have been better off just holding up a little bit, plugging the gaps, and then maybe him bringing all his chariots around one side, you know, with me, us try and take out all their cav on, you know, 2 of their cav on this side. And just see how it goes from there. But yeah, you never know how it's going to work out. Egyptian infantry still sticking around, just the general left now though, and he's only got 36, so he's going to go. JGP's bringing in a couple from the back, but to my eye their numbers are too numerous. The Scipio's come around the back of me. That's going to sketch out all my troops doing a full envelopment. yeah, so that's that, a bit of a tussle at the end. No one's got any cav left, I don't think. There's one Egyptian chariot archers there. Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, as I just started doing it recently, where I was doing like releasing them FFA 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, FFA 1v1, 2v2, and that was to stop it sort of you getting all the CWB battles I played in November, December last year, and then just getting a glut of like 50 odd 4v4, 31Ks or what, to like mix it up a little bit. But now the 3 and 3s and 4v4s are just going to be one thing. So you could end up with like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. You could end up with 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 3v3, or 1v1, 2v2, 4v4, 4v4. But the two at the end, they're going to be chronological now. So all these from now with the big ones are going to run in order. And that's quite good from our point of view, because it means that you can just see already we can start getting our teeth stuck into a bit more of the tactics. I'm obviously a bit more of a better player now than I am where I have been before. I've given myself a bit of a free rein of things, so I'm going to be a bit more critical of myself. And hopefully we'll have some fun battles with some good little moves along the way. But yeah, they've cleared us up pretty easily. That's the last Egyptian unit gone. Trying to think of like key points in the battle. Probably their key one was when they rushed straight away, we didn't get our chance to set up properly, and that put us on the back foot, which meant that Egypt couldn't use his army to the way he would have wanted. Obviously, he had a skirmish army, if you see what I mean, effectively. So we should have pulled basically our two Roman infantries together, have the Egyptian infantry just sat behind waiting to block any, or laced our front line with the Egyptian spears to stop any cav charges from the front, and then worked our way round to the cav and used the chariots to their full advantage. But they've done well in snuffing that out. Yeah, they really pushed on JGP, didn't give him a chance to do anything. And yeah, I sort of just hung on the end. I should have cleared it. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I didn't clear out that Julii infantry when I had all my cav, but hey ho, we know for next time. Yeah, it kills as you would expect, in and around, all pretty average. So good stuff. Right, you know what I say in a defeat. See you next times.
Follow me, Blaezer.